Like a ice skater out there when I see him run routes. He glides. His shoulder plane never dips. It's always the same height. A lot of receivers, when they run, if they're speeding up or stopping, their shoulder planes will rise or fall. He maintains the same shoulder plane when he runs his route. It's really hard for any defensive back to get a beat on what he's doing.
Jaxon Smith-Njigba came into the league with hype, but nobody expected the explosion that hit the NFL in the 2025-2026 season. The man went from promising young wideout to straight nightmare fuel for defensive coordinators. And the comparisons to Randy Moss didn't just come from fans. NFL legends started co-signing it on live TV, podcasts, and locker room talk. What makes this moment wild is how fast the conversation flipped. 2 seasons ago, analysts were acting like JSN was too raw, too quiet, or too finesse.
Who's the best wide receiver in the NFL? Jamar, Puka, or JSN? Jaxon Smith-Njigba did it without another kind of 1A alongside of him. You know, Puka does have Devontae Adams drawing a lot of, attention.
He's got Pickens
as well. Pickens really came on this year. A lot of attention. T. Higgins, a lot of attention. JSN was getting, 50, 60% of the target share most games, it seemed like. And still.
But now, veterans saying he's a once-in-a-generation athlete with numbers and highlights that look like they came out of an NFL Street video game. As sources claim, several retired cornerbacks privately told reporters that JSN is the first receiver since Moss who actually feels unfair. They point to that jump ball ability, those body contortions midair, and that footwork that turns separation into something automatic. Coaches started designing defenses just to slow him down, and even then, he kept torching top-tier corners like they were rookies still figuring out the playbook. The craziest part is how JSN evolved. In 2024, defenses were pressing him, using physical DBs to jam him up at the line. In 2025, he showed up with added strength, faster breaks, and a route-running package that looked handcrafted to embarrass opponents.
No. He has athleticism. He's not fast. Some people say runs a 4.48. I think he might run a 4.5. He is a slot receiver, but he's a heck of a slot receiver. 6'1", 200 pounds. Man, that man knows how to run a route. He has a PhD in route running. Very good body control. And we see it over and over and over again. Talking about evaluating some people, and I'm talking about wide receivers, and I say high point, catching the ball, concentration. There's some guys that are ranked, and you haven't seen these kind of catches. That body control and concentration, that's rare. His file of spectacular catches and great body control is out of.
The Seahawks staff reportedly said his practice reps were Moss-level ridiculous, meaning he wasn't just dominating games. He was cooking elite NFL corners Monday through Saturday. And when a player starts making veteran DBs look like scout team bodies, the league pays attention. On top of that, insiders revealed that JSN's work ethic is what set this whole transformation off. His off-season grind went viral after leaked training footage showed him running 50-yard one-handed catches at full speed with resistance ropes attached. Trainers said he treated the off-season like a personal mission to break the league. But what really made legends start calling him Randy Moss 2.0 was his big game energy. Moss was known for showing up in the biggest moments. Thanksgiving games, primetime showdowns, playoff intensity. JSN is doing the same thing. Thursday night football, JSN puts up 142 yards. Monday night, he hits a one-handed TD over triple coverage. A must-win late-season game for playoff seeding. He torches an elite defense for a career high. Every time the lights get brighter, he gets nastier. The numbers back it up too. As sources claim, JSN became the first receiver in Seahawks history to open a season with 5 straight 100-yard games, something even DK Metcalf never did. He also leads the NFL in contested catch percentage and third down conversions, 2 categories Moss dominated during his prime.
He's going to get shadowed by Christian Gonzalez, so he's one of the best shadow corners in the league. It's like, I don't know. I don't think you can guard JSN. JSN absolutely torched Derek Stingley earlier in the season. I think that, 1, he's too good, and then 2, I just think he's just totally unguardable.
Legends like Chris Carter, Andre Johnson, and Torrey Holt reportedly said he plays with a quiet killer energy that reminds them of the coldest receivers the game ever produced. The turning point in the narrative came during a late-season Seahawks versus 49 ERS matchup, when JSN straight up embarrassed the league's top-ranked secondary. One highlight changed everything. a 38-yard sideline bomb where he twisted midair, snagged the ball with one hand at a crazy angle, and toe-tapped the sideline while getting dragged by two defenders. The clip hit 20 million views in 24 hours, and NFL legends were texting insiders saying, "Yeah, that's Moss-type stuff." That wasn't just a big play, that was a career-defining moment. According to insiders from NFL Network, several Hall of Famers got into a heated debate behind the scenes about whether the league had underestimated JSN's ceiling. One source claimed an anonymous legend said, "JSN's catch radius is cheating. This dude is the closest thing to Moss since Moss." He wasn't talking hype. He was talking physics. JSN can turn a bad throw into a highlight reel, a double team into a mismatch, and a broken play into something that leaves DBs staring at each other like, who was supposed to get him? His speed isn't Moss-level straight line speed, but legends say his acceleration, body control, and suddenness make up for it.
That you can have, dependability, availability, reliability. Those are things that you're seeing from him, and I think you're seeing a rapport.
Talk about what you have seen from the young wide receiver year 3 out of him.
I think Sam is helping JSN grow and reach his full potential, and I think the reverse. JSN is helping Sam. I think they're maximizing the potential of this offense, and that's why they're having success, and the sky's the limit. Obviously, they're going to go out there and start to game plan for JSN and find ways to stop him. But that's the cool thing about this offense. It's not an offense you can necessarily just sit there and say, hey, I'm going to double team this guy, or I'm going to zone him off, or I'm going to cloud him, because they use him in so many different ways. He could be running a spray out, a spray post, an over route, an under, a dig. He could be going deep. You never really know. So you can't structure your defense to stop that, and then you got to stop.
Adding a modern skill set Moss didn't need back then. And this is where things get scandalous. As sources claim, multiple defensive backs have complained privately that game plans are being rigged for JSN, claiming he's getting superstar calls, softer coverage penalties, and refs giving him leeway on push-offs. But the legends defended him, saying he's not getting special treatment. He's just too polished for corners who can't keep up. Moss used to get the same accusations when he first came in the league because DBs didn't know how to stop him. The biggest endorsement came from a Hall of Fame corner who said, JSN got that Moss DNA, not biological, football DNA. That ability to take the whole energy out of stadium with one catch. When OGs start talking like that, something serious is happening. Other legends said JSN's mental composure is what separates him from other young receivers. No trash talk, no theatrics, just destruction. He lines up, stares down the defense, and goes to work with surgical precision. Insiders claim that during joint practices with an AFC contender, JSN cooked their star corner so bad that the coaching staff switched the entire defensive scheme just to stop him for one day, and even then, they couldn't clamp him. That story got back to retired players, and the comparisons to Moss only grew louder. JSN's playoff push added more fuel. In the wildcard game, he exploded for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns, and one of them was a deep fade over 2 defenders, the exact kind of play Moss made famous. By mid-season, JSN wasn't just the Seahawks WR1. He was the system, the engine, the heartbeat, and the problem nobody could solve. Seattle started designing entire formations around isolating him one-on-one, and it worked too well. Teams tried shadow coverage, rolling safeties over the top, bracket coverage inside, and even full double-team shells. Nothing stopped him. One defensive coach anonymously told sources, he breaks film study. You think you got him figured out, then he runs something he didn't even put on tape yet. The Seahawks saw the opportunity and doubled down. They shifted DK Metcalf into motion packages to force DBs to declare coverage early, freeing JSN to attack weak spots. They used trips formations to isolate him on smaller corners. They used empty backfields to force single high looks so he could work the deep middle. Every adjustment created chaos for defenses, and JSN became the player Seattle built the entire game plan around. And what makes this scandalous is the behind-the-scenes chatter from rival franchises. According to league insiders, several defensive coordinators accused Seattle of weaponizing unpredictability because JSN's route tree is borderline illegal for a receiver his age, too advanced, too deceptive, too frustrating to game plan against.
Looking through. Oh, did he keep it in bounds? He did! Come on! Smith-Njigba just
run a slant like it's a fade, a comeback like it's a post, and a post like it's a wheel. It's psychological warfare on the field. His chemistry with the Seahawks quarterback, who sources claim took a massive leap forward in 2025 due to improved footwork mechanics, made JSN even more dangerous. They developed a silent communication system, hand flicks, head nods, subtle pre-snap gestures. Some DBs claimed Seattle was sign stealing, but legends shut that down fast, saying JSN just reads leverage at an elite level. Seattle's analytics department reportedly ranked his separation after contact as the best in the NFL, meaning he doesn't just break tackles, he creates space out of collisions, which is a Moss trademark. When Moss got bumped, he used the defender's force as fuel. JSN does the same thing with laser precision. As sources claim, his GPS track speed actually spikes after being hit. That's unheard of. The Seahawks offense leaned into this. 3rd and long, JSN. Red zone fade, JSN. 2-minute drill, JSN. Defensive legends started speaking about him like they spoke about Moss. You can't stop him. You can only pray the quarterback messes up. But in 2025, Seattle's QB wasn't messing up, and that turned JSN into the most feared young receiver in football. When a young receiver starts dominating the way JSN did, people start talking, and not all of it is love. The scandal kicked off when an NFL insider leaked that certain front offices were discussing JSN protocols, a behind-the-scenes effort to stop his breakout from turning into Moss-level chaos across the league. That meant more physical coverage, more disguised shells, more rotated safeties. Teams basically admitted they were scared. As sources claim, a leaked scouting report from a playoff contender said, "If we don't double JSN every snap, he'll take over the entire game." That report went viral, sparking accusations that the league was colluding defensively just to slow down one player. And when fans started calling it the Moss Rule 2.0, NFL legends jumped in to defend him. They said JSN wasn't benefiting from special treatment. He was just abusing defenses so bad they needed excuses. The scandal grew when multiple former defensive backs called out analysts for giving JSN too much hype. But legends fired back live on set. A Hall of Famer said, "Y'all sound jealous, the tape don't lie, he's cooking everybody." Another legend said, "If a man separates like that, wins deep like that, and kills zone coverage like that, what else we supposed to compare him to besides Moss?" The media tried to downplay him, claiming he wasn't physically dominant enough, but numbers prove that narrative wrong. As sources claim, JSN quietly became top 5 in yards per route, run contested catch percentage / red zone efficiency, deep ball conversion, yards gained on broken plays. That last one is the stat legends love because Moss was the king of broken plays. When a scramble drill happens, the real dogs go hunt. JSN is always the first one to break open when his quarterback escapes the pocket. Cornerbacks can't cover for 6 seconds, and JSN makes sure they feel every millisecond of it. The scandal hit new levels when insiders revealed several teams started shifting draft boards to find JSN stoppers. Some franchises were trying to sign bigger corners, others were drafting speedy linebackers just to take away shallow routes. Some defensive coaches were even studying old Belichick film to find ways to bracket him like 2007 Moss. That's when you know a player has reached legendary fear levels. NFL legends laughed at the panic. They said teams were wasting time trying to solve a problem that can't be solved. One retired DB said, "You don't stop Moss, you survive Moss," and JSN is getting to that same lane. By the end of the season, the Moss comparisons weren't a debate. They were the standard. Legends said Jaxon Smith-Njigba wasn't just the next big thing. He was the blueprint for where NFL receivers are going. The combination of IQ, athletic precision, clutch moments, and that silent assassin mentality made him the most complete young WR the game had seen in years. And then came the final piece: leadership. As sources claim, JSN took over Seattle's locker room energy without even trying. He became the guy younger players watched, veterans respected, and coaches trusted in big moments. Teammates said he studies film like a quarterback, lifting up the entire offense by understanding defense tendencies and calling out coverages mid-drive. That's what legends love. The mental part of the game that makes great players immortal. NFL legends praised his ability to stay composed under pressure. In overtime games, JSN became the go-to weapon. In blizzard conditions, he became the route technician who could still break ankles on slippery turf. In road games, he silenced entire stadiums with deep bombs that flipped momentum instantly. One Hall of Fame wideout said, "He makes the game look slow, that's superstar DNA." But here's what pushed the conversation over the edge: playoff dominance. As sources claim, JSN recorded the first postseason game in Seahawks history with 150-plus yards, a deep touchdown, and a third down conversion rate above 80%. That performance had legends saying, "Yeah, this kid is different. This ain't normal rookie or sophomore energy. This is Moss reincarnated on a route running spectrum." Then came the viral locker room clip. Cameras caught JSN telling teammates, "Keep feeding me. I'm going to break them." That line blew up across social media, with legends reposting it saying, "This is that dog mentality we've been talking about." Randy Moss himself reportedly told an insider that JSN has that same hunger I had coming into the league. And the new season hype? It's insane. Training camp reports say JSN is even faster, stronger, and more locked in than last year. Analysts claim Seattle's new offensive coordinator plans to turn him into a 700-yard monster fully built around YAC, deep fades, and midfield domination. Teams are panicking already. NFL legends say he's the future, not because of numbers alone, but because he's changing how receivers train, how defenses scheme, and how offenses build systems. He's not a copy of Moss. He's the evolution of that archetype. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content.